Hazel Park Raceway, Hazel Park, Michigan. It's time to have some fun tonight with thoroughbred horses, and this is a bench in the park where we look at the stars of thoroughbred racing and all the people that help make racing what it is today in Michigan. Today, it's my honor and pleasure to have a longtime trainer here in Michigan and across the country, Wayne Bearden here. He's the fellow with the cowboy hat. Let's give him a round of applause. Come on.
Woo!
And he brought down his lovely daughter, Michelle. Let's hear it for Michelle.
Woo!
And we're going to ask a few questions from them. Then also, back here, we have a horse. Can you see the horse? Zero in on the horse. This is a horse, and ladies and gentlemen, I've been around horses so long, you probably saw the movie The Horse Whisperer. Well, I've been working on a new theory called the horse talker. So I'm going to try to talk to this horse and see if he knows anything about who the winners will be tonight and tomorrow and everything else. So the horse, I'm going to question the horse himself. Now, we're going to go to Mr. Bearden right now and find out just about, horse racing and how he got started. First of all, I would have to ask Mr. Bearden, our camera straight away, if you want to stand in front, you can just wave to people all across North America, including in Las Vegas. And Mr. Bearden, I mean, you've been a trainer forever and a fixture around here. I told you the story about when I had owned a couple of horses and we went into a barn and there was WBs all over the place, and it wasn't Warner Brothers, it was Wayne Bearden. So tell me, when did you start? About what year did you get into training in Michigan?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
Okay.
You want to start where I started from? With Hazel Park. One day I kept passing by and I see all these horses. And I said, man, I'd like to see what's happening over there. So one day I parked, I got 50 cents and parked out in the lot there. I come in and I talked to a young lady. I said, you bet horses here? She said, yeah. I said, well, how much money you have to have? She said, well, $2 bets. And I said, well, I can handle that. I said, well, how will I go about it? She said, well, right now the first race is fixing to go off. A lot of people right now are betting daily doubles. I said, well, I don't know what that is. Could you fill me in? She said, oh, yeah, be happy to. I said, you pick numbers.
All right. So
I would be able to do that.
right now I'm thinking about wrapping up.
She said, okay, give me some numbers. I said, give me a 7-2. I put $2 on it. That was my first trip at the racetrack. Didn't know nobody. Never been before. That was it. So I hit. Got like $33. I said, God dang, that's better working. I said, this is my line here. I said, this is my line here. I want to look into this thing a little deeper. So the next day I took $1 and I went and bought me a racing program and a scratch sheet for $1. I come into the racetrack, put it in my hip pocket like everybody else. Man, I said, I'm a horseman now.
Okay.
So, of course, I lost that day.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Not much, a little bit. So that started it.
Okay,
So I ended up about 2 months later. This track had closed. We went to Toledo,
Keep
Ohio.
talking. You want to do this thing up? I'll
And
call you
Gary
back.
Himmelman was a trainer, owner at that time. And I said, I'd like to claim a horse. He said, well, you got the money? I said, yeah, how much I have to have? He said, it's $1,500. Horse here pretty nice for $15. I said, let's go for it. So I gave him $1,500. He claimed the horse. And it wasn't too nice. But I paid the training bill for about 4 months, and it just didn't work. I sold shares of it, and all my partners got tired of paying the training bill, so they gave them back to me, and I'm stuck with the whole horse. So I gave them away to Gary, which was a smart thing. Now, I'm no longer a horseman. So later on in the year, a guy named Eddie Garcia said, Wayne, I got a horse I want to give you, because I had a little farm out there, which I still have. He said, he needs about a year off. But he's a nice old horse, never run. He's going to give him to you. And I said, hey, let's go for that. So he gave me to him, and I took him over and had him operated on Dr. Keyran. Did a pretty good job. And so I worked 1 year and 2 days.
Okay.
And I ran the horse, and he won. I said, man,
That was your first win.
Meadows Prince, yes, it was first.
And what year was that?
Gosh, I'm trying to think of like 64, 65, somewhere. So my years are not too good to remember, I guess.
Well, since then, that was 64. That was your first win. How many wins have you had since then? Just guesstimate.
Around 20, 22. 21.
It's quite a bit. And not just here in Michigan. You could be seen, or you were seen, at other tracks, right? Give us an idea of the other tracks you've been at.
Well, I've raced in 9 different states, and I've won races in every state. Hazel Park, which is Michigan, Ohio, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Middleland, Monmouth Park, maybe I said Philadelphia, and Suffolk Downs, 9 different tracks. And it's 4 of them I was lucky enough to win trainer's title at 4 different tracks. In 1982, right here, I set, I think, like 7 new records. I won 28 in 1 month. I was the trainer of the month throughout the country, which I was.
Well, now, I guess my next question would be to you is, out of all those tracks you've been to, besides Hazel Park, what was your favorite track?
Hazel Park.
Okay. Besides Hazel, if you had to go anywhere else besides Hazel, where would it be?
Well, it's got to be Kentucky. They've been good to me there. I've raced there for 30 years, and like I say, I've won owner's title down there 18 times out of 30, trainer's title 3 times, and I was in 1999. I won more races in Kentucky than any owner. So I've had a lot of success in Kentucky. So I have to be number 2.
Okay, well, not only are you a horse trainer, you're a dad. And you brought your lovely daughter down here, and her name is Michelle Bearden. And what does she do for you in your life as far as helping you with the horses?
Everything. She's been involved in horses since she's 6 years old. She's been very much involved. She loves horses. She's been in the breeding business and the breaking business, and teaches crippled kids how to ride horses. She's been involved in shows, and she's had horses and still got horses all since she's 6 years old.
Okay, Mr. Bearden, I'm going to ask you a favor. Move down and let your daughter come sit next to me. Okay? Give Wayne a big round of applause. A long-time fixture here in Horseman in Michigan. Now, Michelle, you grew up with horses, right?
Yes.
And when did you say, well, this is what I want to do?
Actually, he said I was 6, but I was 2 years old. I was riding the pony horses around. Yeah, I've been very involved.
And I know you have some notes here. And why don't we go on those? Because Mr. Bearden would like to mention these few things. So give us a little rundown.
Pretty much what my dad has covered with leading trainer. The biggest one, the most exciting to me, was being top in the country, not just in Kentucky or Michigan.
Oh, really?
In the country.
Really? He was leading trainer in the country?
For 1 month.
Yeah, let's hear it for him. Come on, leading trainer in the country for 1 month. That's almost like going to the Super Bowl, right?
Exactly, yes.
All right, so give us some more information. I see you got it written down. She's got it written down here.
Okay. He's had over 2,000 wins, almost 1,100 seconds, and almost 1,000 third places.
So now, as far as your dad, is he still full time, or is he slowing down and you taking over?
My dad is 7 days a week. He comes here. He leaves about 2:50 every morning to get to the track. He's the first one here. Yes, he's always the first one here in the morning, 7 days a week. Just works all the time.
And what time do you get here?
Well, it depends on the day. This morning I left at 3 o'clock this morning to be here, so I'm an early riser too.
Okay, now he's the trainer. Do you train horses in your name too?
Not in my name. I'm an owner.
Okay, you're owner. So tell us the horses that you own.
I own Hurricane Indy, half owner on Hurricane Sophia, and partial owner on Unbridled Isabel.
Okay.
I have other horses too at the farm.
You do. Now, as being does your dad say, well, hey, they're your horses, you train them?
No. That's a good question. We've discussed it. Yes.
Now, you know, as anything goes on, are you going to turn Mr. Bearden, are you going to turn the reins over to your daughter eventually?
I'm working towards that real strong. I want to slow down a little bit more.
And she's ready for it. Okay. And in knowing that, how much did your dad teach you about being a trainer?
Yes, he's taught me everything.
So if I have a horse and I want to train by the Wayne Bearden stable, if I would bring it to you eventually, it's going to get the same care and the same everything? Are you going to do things slightly different?
I do have my own, different personality. So,
Now, also, are you going to be going down to Kentucky with your dad when Hazel Park closes?
yes, I'm always in Kentucky. I travel quite a lot there.
So you put a lot of miles on.
Oh, yes, lots of miles on my truck.
Okay. Now, what's the best horse you ever had?
You know, I'm very excited about my 2-year-old. He's unraced right now. He's very close. Hopefully, by the end of this fall or early winter, he'll be running.
And,
Oh, he gives me goosebumps. He's very, very nice horse.
okay, now, I guess, Mr. Bearden, I got to ask you, and we'll get some questions from the audience. Do you have anything running tomorrow in the Sire Stakes here in Michigan?
No, sir, I don't have them for one Michigan bred. I have one Michigan bred.
Okay, do you have any advice for Michigan racing?
Let's get it going.
Do you have any ideas for Michigan racing?
I think they just have to keep moving forward, and I'm very excited to be here in Michigan, in my home state.
Michelle and Wayne Bearden, give them a round of applause. And you know what we're going to do is I'm going to go up front real quick and see if I can get one question for Mr. Bearden. Anybody have a question? Come on over here, sir. You got to look up toward the camera. Give us your name and the city you're from.
Tim Medea's center line.
Okay.
Is 5 gonna win?
He wants to know if 5's going to win. I say the daily double of what, 7-3? Okay, is 5 going to win?
Put it this way. I hope so, and I'm trying with everything I got.
Okay, all right, there's one. And now a question for Michelle. Do we have a question for Michelle? Somebody's got to have a question for, well, I'll tell you what, I know who has a question for Michelle. Mr. Bearden, there's got to be something you want to ask her and put her on the spot with.
I don't really think so, because her and I really get along very good. We talked everything over. She wants to win, what, and where. And I try to give her the answer to the best of my knowledge. And sometimes we disagree and we talk it over. And then we agree on the things. I mean, she's tough, I tell you. She's not no pushover.
So this is not just your daughter, it's your partner. All right, that sounds good. Now, I promised you I was going to talk to the horse over here. And let me tell you a little bit about the horse. And he's going to tell me a couple of winners. He's eyeing me up right now. His name is Buckshot. And he is a 17-year-old Appaloosa horse. And I've been practicing my horse talk with him. And he actually had me bet on a horse this afternoon here after I talked to him earlier in the day. So I'm going to ask him right now if he likes anything tonight. Now, Buckshot, come here. Here, Buckshot. You got some advice for me? He says the Detroit Tigers are going to win the division. That's what he said. And now let's see what else. Oh, you know what, Buckshot, though I do have bad news for you. Here's your ticket from the afternoon you lost. I'm sorry. So there he is, Buckshot. And who's on Buckshot? Jenny Barbeau.
Yep.
Here's the cleaning up the ticket. See that, Buckshot? Okay, all right. Well, there he is. Let's hear it for Buckshot and Jenny. Give him a round of applause. And when you come to Hazel Park, not only will you see thoroughbreds, you see Appaloosas and quarter horses, and go through the horses that could be a pony horse. What kind of horses could be a pony horse?
Quarter horses, which could be buckskin, paints, Appaloosas. They do use thoroughbreds, or they cross thoroughbreds with quarter horses. All kinds of them. But they usually almost are always a gelding, unless they had the mare fixed.
All right, well, tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing like shaking the hand of a winner, so let's have Mr. Bearden come up here, and let's have Michelle come up here. And if you want to have good luck tonight, or you want to ask Mr. Bearden a question, just head down here, and it's your chance to talk to a real celebrity in horse racing in Michigan. So come on up and shake a hand, and maybe he'll tell you how his horse is going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Mr. Bearden and Michelle, and also Buckshot, and wish everybody good luck. Tomorrow it's the Sire Stakes. On Sunday it's the NFL ticket and horse racing right here. Thanks for being here at Hazel Park. We're going to take it upstairs with the changes right now.